Hello, everyone. I am Cartoon Kitsune, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. And as the title of this FPS would imply, I am playing the titular rabbit, that being Minty. She's fine. Don't worry about why she's running. It's fine. And with me today is my dear friend, the always lovely and talented. Please introduce yourself.
Ah, mean. Hi. I didn't get to do that for you, so that feels mean. I did. Kit is also wonderful and talented and is running this whole show today. I'm Mod. I'm here for the ride. And I am playing Delta, but Delta has been in such a good mood lately, and if you're up to date with his character arc, you'll understand why. But the thing is, being in a good mood is not actually perceived to be in character for this very suave and aloof goose, and he's trying to play off the whole, like, having had his mad rush of "yes, I'm alive, hi," he's now like, "yes, of course, it was all part of my cunning goose plan, and I am as morally dubious as I ever was." But he's actually still really happy. And he, in a previous game, had to come up with another disguise while wearing the alibi disguise, and this resulted in the birth of Fenry, who is kind of a excitable husky, as all huskies are. He's actually managed to improve that outfit a bit because that was very much a I have to use what I am literally wearing right now. So he's made himself some nice little fursona feet. He's got like a proper husky tail now, rather than sellotaping the fox tail up and changing the color of it using prestidigitation. One of the best skills like ever. And he has paws. He has like made little puffy
He
paws.
has paws.
Really, he's got really into having multiple personas. This goose. Why not? Why not
Uh,
be fluffy?
exactly.
So yeah, he's being, as it were, under the radar, so people aren't bugging him like, "Hey, aren't you the guy who was dead for 3 years?" Actually, that was largely exaggerated. But yeah, so he can bounce around being a happy puppy today. Yay!
Absolutely. And you are out in Toontown today, and you've just been having like the best day ever. Like the sun is shining, the weather is perfect. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if like at some point Fenry just gets caught up in like a random musical number that just happens on one of the streets.
Oh, 100%. Like, Delta is Frankenali and will sing if encouraged at all, and sometimes if not.
Absolutely. But yeah, so as you are going along and just like having a wonderful day, I'm gonna have you roll a perception check.
Uh, Baby, let's see what my perception is. I think it's a big fat nothing. It's a big fat nothing. Hooray! I love this
And
character.
it's
He's
listening perception if that changes anything.
nah.
16. That's still pretty
That's
good.
not bad. I'll take that.
Yeah. Fenry, as you're kind of walking along the streets, just happy as can be, you happen to pass by like an alleyway that's like between two buildings, just like a little narrow alleyway, and your keen, not dog ears, pick up on a couple of voices, one sounding quite threatening, and the other sounding very much very afraid.
Oh,
Now then, little missy, we can do this the easy way or the hard way, and let me tell you, the hard way is gonna hurt a whole lot more. Please leave me alone. And Fenry, when you hear this voice, it sounds like familiar. Like you swear you've heard this voice before, but you can't place like where exactly. It just sounds like oddly familiar.
ooh, spooky. Yeah. Normally, Delta, anyway, would be sort of like fairly happy to be like, you know what, that happens all the time, and it's really none of my business. Some other superhero that lives in town will sort it out because that generally happens around here. Uh, but because of that, and because of the disguise he's wearing, which definitely, does feed into how he behaves, like the mask
Mm-hmm.
does become the person quite a lot now. He's
Mm-hmm.
like, huh, a person in trouble. Huh, I will save them. I'm coming to save you. And, like does this sort of little bouncy, I'm gonna be a good boy into the alley, whilst like there's some remote part of this goose saying, "Wait, what are you doing?" Like that. I don't do this. But the rest of him's like, you know what? I don't get to be the good guy often enough. This is gonna be fun. A plant pot will probably fall on their head before I have to get into a fight. It'll be fine.
All right. So for this, I'm gonna say that you don't have to roll stealth or anything because well, there's a very the conversation that's happening further down the alley. They're pretty wrapped up in all that, so they won't hear you coming
Are you
unless you're
sure?
really making a racket or something. So
In a loud voice. Not stealthy.
fair enough. So you're just like running full tilt.
I think I just failed that. Like, if there was a stealth roll, Delta disregarded it. This is not the character that he's playing right now. There's a sort of happy puppy bouncing up in an enthusiastic way. He doesn't even know which is the good guy yet, you know.
Fair enough. In that case, I'm gonna kind of like take the clock back like a tiny bit, just so I can show like a small scene of like what happens right before Fenry shows up on the scene.
Forgive my
Of course.
impetuousness.
Yeah, nah, you're fine. You're fine. I just wanted to have this here. So, as we kind of pan over to the alleyway, we see we see a very small little stuffed rabbit who's kind of like she's got her back pressed up against the wall, and two very thuggish looking individuals who are kind of standing on the opposite side, blocking her way out. And these two, let me grab the art for these guys, as they are a very familiar pair. Yeah, so there's the one who was talking, who is this dolphin fella.
Very suspicious.
Very, and standing next to him, kind of towering over the both of them, is this big gorilla fella. However, they're not actually wearing the outfits they have in these pictures here because let's just say there's been a bit of a shift in their employment, so to speak, and that comes with new uniforms. So yeah, these two, yeah, they're wearing. I don't know, Mod, do you want to describe these? Because like this is kind of your thing, so.
Oh, yeah. So these are former Hyukuza employees. I don't know what the state of their mentality is. I'll let Kit do that. But yes, they are under new management, and so instead of the rather cool teal pinstripe look that Chuck L. Muscle donned them with, they are now in very much sort of miserably jingling across the courtroom jester outfits. There are ruffles, there are red noses, there are harlequin patterns, obnoxious colours, and if they're allowed to have a say in it, I'm pretty sure they preferred the old look. The large gorilla, especially, I feel, would have an egregiously large red nose and a very small hat with a very large flower sticking out at the top of it.
Definitely. Though funnily enough, even though you would think the gorilla would kind of have a problem with that, he's actually got a very big smile on his face right now. It's kind of an unsettling smile almost, like he just can't stop smiling, even no matter how much he would want to.
Smile, down you smile.
The dolphin, on the other hand, seems a decent bit more cognizant, as he's kind of like threateningly looming over this little rabbit. I will also note, just a small little detail. The rabbit in question, she's wearing like a hooded cloak, and one of her ears is kind of like half stuck in the cloak, and the other one is kind of poking out. And the reason for this is because as she was walking along earlier, one of these guys snuck up behind her and pulled the hood down, and she kind of had to like scramble away, so she only managed to get one of her ears out, of, like back into the hood.
Aww.
Yeah. These guys are very not nice to this rabbit, and that will continue as the dolphin continues to talk to her. Hey, take it easy. All we want to do is ask you a couple of questions. See, a friend of ours saw you conjure up a neat looking portal, but it wasn't like any portal they'd ever seen. And the boss is very interested in knowing how you did that little trick. And the rabbit, she kind of has a surprised expression on her face for a moment, and she sort of mutters, Jester wants to know about my. No, I'm not telling you anything. Whatever this is about, I know you're going to use it for something bad. Aw, come on. We're just dying to know. What is it? Some kind of special power you got? Maybe a spell only you know how to cast? Or maybe you've got some special little magic trinket that does it. Is that it? Yeah, don't think he can't see you reaching for your hammer space. You ain't that slick, kid. And indeed, she was attempting to reach a paw behind her hammer space, but that kind of jolts away as the dolphin calls her out on that.
Yeah, the camera goes wide. It's like, grab it!
Yep. Tell you what, why don't you just toss that thing over here and we'll let you be? And if you don't, well, yeah, that would be a perfect time for Fenry to come barreling in.
Yeah, somehow Fenry has like appeared between the gorilla and the dolphin. Is just like, oh, what is this? Can I see? Is it a toy? I want to play. Is it a toy?
What are you, what is this, what? I think Dolphin is just kind of sputtering. It's like, what is this dog doing here, what?
I'm a good boy. I want to fetch.
Meanwhile, I think the rabbit just is kind of like the dolphin is kind of like sputtering in confusion. The rabbit's like, please help, I need to get out of here.
Oh, okay. And Del's gonna do something because he has lots of magic. What's he gonna do?
Oh boy.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I mean, that feels right. Yeah. So he is going to attempt to grab the rabbit, if that's permitted, and cast fly on himself.
Oh, that is wonderful. Yes, you can absolutely do that.
Yeah, he
curious
grabs the bunny by the paw and does a superhero hop, hop, away! Just like straight vertical up this alleyway.
That's perfect. And the dolphin's just like watching this happen, completely gobsmacked, like, after them, you idiots! And he's gonna run off or kind of flap off on his tail, and the smiling gorilla is gonna follow after him, just gonna stomping down the alley.
I'm happy to fly wherever it is narratively convenient for me to do so. But like Fenry has no plan. By the way, Fenry is very much a sort of manifestation of, yes, the happy qualities in Delta, but it's also kind of his own tribute to his cousin, Feathers, who is a very, very happy-go-lucky kind of a character and someone that Delta very much likes. So yeah, a bit of a homage to that. Wink, wink.
Just it's so cute, man. He love him, cousin.
Love him, cousin. So,
it's so wholesome.
So yeah, we're flying. There is no plan. It's probably doing a lot of loop-de-loops. Spells out Jeremy Bearimy in the sky.
Meanwhile, the rabbit is just like clinging to you, and like, oh my gosh, oh dear Weaver, that was close. Thank you. Sorry, what's your name?
Hey, I'm Fenry, and he goes like into a loop-de-loop that spells out Fenry and underlines it. I think just to like allow the conversation to continue slightly easier, we're going to skid to a halt over various rooftops and stop on one, which is I don't know, what kind of building should we land on?
Probably like not like a super tall building. Like there's a fire escape they could climb down on. Like it's a couple stories high. I'd say like maybe a shop or something.
It's Toontown. It's a generic Toontown cityscape building, and yes, but you know, rooftop chases are common here, so there's always easy access at the outside.
Oh, absolutely.
Anyway,
I think the rabbit out.
Yeah. Who are you?
My name's Minty. It's nice to meet you. Sorry, can I just have a moment?
Minty. You don't smell Minty.
And so now that you guys have kind of had a moment to sort of stop and catch your breath, Fenry, I'd like you to roll a history check.
Oh, yeah, I can do. Would you like me to do that straight or disadvantage? Up to you.
I'm gonna say straight. I think straight will be fine, because now you're getting like a better look at this rabbit.
Sure. Oh, there we go. There's a 23.
Yeah, there's the Delta rolls. There's a 23 with an 18 on the dice. So yeah, Fenry, now that you guys have kind of like stopped and you're getting like a better look at this rabbit, I think she might even like kind of like take her hood down to kind of like readjust her ears and all that. Yeah, it's not just the voice. Like this rabbit looks really familiar. Like, and the weird thing is, you're pretty sure you've never met this person before, but like, you swear you've like seen her before. And after you kind of mull it over for a moment, you realize, like,
Yeah,
you
but
haven't.
Fenry looks
Oh, yeah.
uncharacteristically thoughtful for half a second, which might even like look suspicious because there is nothing happening upstairs has been the whole thing about Fenry
Everything
until
between
this
the
second, and
ears.
now it's
Only love.
very much a sus Columbo sort of look that she's getting.
Okay, so I was gonna say, like, as Fenry, you're pretty sure you've never seen this rabbit before, like, in person, but the more you think on it, you realize that you have seen this rabbit, but you're pretty sure it was in, like, some kind of dream, like, particularly vivid one you had, like, years and years ago, like, you're not even sure quite how long, it was, like, such a long time.
Yeah. Huh. That's that's weird. Also, yeah, just, the whole stuffing his snooter in your face here, it was also just to like give you a really good old look. 'Cause who is this? Who am you? Yeah. I think that's like all he's gonna give away right now. He's just like, yeah, giving you a look of like dubiousness.
Yeah, I think Minty kind of like she doesn't like pick up on this because like she's so rattled, and then suddenly there's a sniffer right in her face. So I think they kind of like snaps her out for like kind of panic state, and she kind of giggles a little, like pats you on the snoot, like, "Thank you for saving me."
And just because you patted him on the snoot, part of the snoot detaches. You have a little black bean nose in your paw. It just came off, and Fenry goes, "Hey, yeah, it's a prosthetic," and grabs it back off and like sticks it back on his face.
Oh god, yeah, Minty just kind of plays for him. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Just, there was a terrible accident when I was a puppy, and I don't like to talk about it.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. Oh, anyway, never mind that. Oh dear, what do I do now? And I think she kind of like peers over the side of the building. Hasn't caught sight of any those thugs that were chasing her earlier yet. But now she's kind of like stopping to think for a moment. Golly, let me think. Oh, there's no way I can get this train station now. If there's any more of those guys, they might be staking it out. Oh, what do I do now?
Hey guys, want something? You have?
Yeah, it sounded like it. I think they're after something. And then she kind of shakes her head. Oh no, I better not show it. Well, it's something I have that. Well, I use it to get home, but I don't know what they'd want it for. But it can't be anything good.
Bad guys use good thing for bad thing. Bad.
Yeah, they're very bad. Honestly, they haven't bothered me in months. I didn't think they would, but like, uh, well, not much to do about it now. Let's see. Well,
Bothered you before. Why bother you before?
sorry, what'd you say? Why are they what?
Why did they bother you before? Sorry, I did say it in a sort of woof sound.
Nah, you're fine.
Ask for
You're fine.
subtitles whenever you want.
Absolutely. Well, the last time I think they just kind of wanted to mess with me and my friends because, well, they were kind of new here and we didn't really know where to go, and well, they kind of preyed on us because of that.
Mm. Delta in the background is trying to stick things together because, like, some things this rabbit is saying, like, almost are tickling more memories, but it's just so vague because it is literally he's like remembering a dream from years and years and years ago when he was a child, and it's really hard to like get anything back that's tangible. But he like decides to bite onto the not from here.
Mhm.
So yeah, he does the best head tilt puppy look that he possibly can. Should I roll persuasion because he's going to ask basically,
Where you from?
Yeah, you can if you wanna.
let's just see if it works without her sort of being like too guarded about it.
Yeah.
Because I do have something ridiculous as a plus in that persuasion. 8. Hey, okay, let's try that.
16.
16.
Could be
Not,
better.
I'm gonna say not quite, because like this is something she's very much keeping guarded, especially considering like she was being chased earlier, so she's kind of has her guard up right now. I think she'll say,
Okay, I'm gonna try and use magical guidance. So when you make an ability check that fails, you can spend 1 sorcery point to re-roll the d20, and you must use the new roll, potentially turning the failure into a success. Or I could make it worse, which is very funny to me.
all right, go for it.
So he tries it once, and then he tries, like how in the Puss in Boots film they do
Yeah,
the
with the big
big cute eyes, and like either this is gonna work or it's gonna be like too much.
It's a 10.
Oh, it's a 10. That's a 2 on the die.
He just can't do it. This goose is too sour. He's like not actually that cute. Let's just put it that
Oh.
way.
She appreciates the effort though. Like she would
Mhm.
pat you again, but like she doesn't want to knock off any more body parts.
Oh no. Yeah, okay.
We have to say, well, it's pretty far away from here. It's probably nowhere you've heard of. But anyway, never mind that. Um, okay, I think the best thing to do would probably be go back to the studio. It's this place where I work. You probably heard of any people around here, right? Dodo Studios.
Oh, Dodo Studios. Yes. Fenry knows where it is. Can I take you?
Yes, please. I mean, if that's okay with you. I mean, you've already helped me out, and well, this might be dangerous if there's more of those guys.
Henry lives in the face of danger, and anyway, I can fly for quite a long time, so might as well.
Alrighty. So in that
Okay.
case, I'm gonna say that um, yeah, I'm gonna say that you guys were probably probably across town.
Mhm.
Let me see. I'm kind of have to make something up on the fly here because I forgot he could fly. So
Yeah, my bad. I mean, like, if you would prefer not to fly, you can give him a reason. Like, if you're feeling nauseous from being pulled around willy-nilly, because he did do aerial writing, you could be just like, I prefer to walk, thanks. Also, you're kind of up in my business.
that's true. I mean, yeah, honestly, I think Mitzi's even just looking over the edge of the building, she's kind of getting woozy and has to sit down for a moment. Maybe we should go along the ground, especially because if we're flying around, they might spot us. I
Little
don't know if
bit
there's
of Delta shows up now because he's like,
Fine. I mean, yeah, okay, we can do that. It's fine.
all
I
right.
guess we can do that. Yeah, sure. Stop.
That's him.
Like
Alright.
just to be slightly making a point about it, he's gonna float alongside, sort of
Diving down.
wagging the tail in like Tails Sonic fashion to sort of hover next to this bunny.
Oh, I love that. That's adorable.
Walking is effort, like he's going to.
Really, yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna say, so you guys go out and let's see, I'm gonna say roll a cursory stealth check to just walk around the streets and kind of make your way through.
Oh, exciting. Okay.
I mean, presuming that is being told to be stealthy, I like the bunny is probably being stealthy,
Oh,
so
definitely.
we'll copy. Yay, the 19. Yes, okay.
Alrighty. Where's your stealth buddy?
I mean, I'm floating. I don't make any footsteps. I guess that
That is
makes
true.
sense. Sure. Oh, it's a 10 though.
Oh, that's not as good. Let me. Where's their perception? Da-da. Okay, yeah, no, that does not beat their passive. So,
Ooh.
so yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, Fenry's kind of floating along, and you guys are kind of trying to be stealthy. Unfortunately, even with a cloak, Minty is a very bright shade of green, and so she does just kind of stand out like
Mm.
that. So as you turn a
Yeah,
corner,
somehow Fenry is floating past a window that's reflecting the blue sky outside, and his coat
oh,
is
that's
sky blue,
perfect.
so he's kind of
Oh, that's
invisible.
wonderful. Even the pink bow, there's the sun hitting the clouds or something, and so it blends in too.
Something excuses this otherwise very conspicuous sight, but it's the luck factor has kicked in for this gag.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, you guys turn a corner and you do catch sight of the pair that was accosting Minty earlier. And unfortunately, they have to turn at just that moment and see, this bright green rabbit right there. And the dolphin shouts, "There she is! Get her!" And you guys are gonna have to run
Oh
in the
no.
other direction, and you're gonna need to find a hiding place pretty quick before these guys catch up to you. Which brings me to something I've been very excited to use. I've made an entire dice table for finding hiding spots.
Oh, yes! I love dice tables!
You know,
Yippee! What do we roll? What do we
so
roll? What do
fun.
we roll?
Okay, so the way it works is I kind of have it divided into like subsections, but the main thing, first you just need to roll a d20, and that will determine that'll determine which hiding spot you're able to find, and depending on like which
Okay.
section it is, then there'll be an additional roll. So let's start out with I'm gonna have you roll a d20. Ooh, oh, that is a 3.
That's a 3! I'll take it though, because I don't know what's gonna happen.
I will say though, because I do have an option, because you do have enough of a head start that you can re-roll. You can re-roll your hiding spot roll once. However, if you do so, it will give the bad guys time to catch up to you, and they will have advantage on their perception check when they're looking for you. So it's up to you if you want to pick the.
Hmm. No, I'm gonna take 3 because like I don't know what the result is, and plus worse is funny. Let's put it that way.
Okay, so Fenry, so you're frantically searching around for a hiding spot. All you're able to find is the first thing you lay your eyes on. It's like a pile of cardboard boxes. That's in an alleyway, and you see one that's like just barely big enough to hold you. So for that one, you are gonna roll stealth to hide, but it's stealth at disadvantage because it's one of the not so great ones. Like I said, it can barely fit you.
Yay!
Stealth at disadvantage.
Yippee! I love it. The irony that if he'd stayed exactly where he was, he probably would have been fine.
Hmm.
I'm just a cloud in the sky, don't look at me.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
so
14.
that's
All right.
14. Oh, 9. A 9 is not great.
That is not very good.
I
I will remind you,
love
you
it.
have your luck
This is the
points if
most
you
bad
wanna.
roll this guy's had in years.
Do have your luck points if you want to spend one.
No!
That's
I like funny. Come on. What
that's
happens? Do I
cool.
just like I try and squeeze into the box, but like the box is kind of off the floor. Like so like if you're like looking, you can tell that there's a sort of a drop shadow underneath the panels, and then there's a very noticeable sort of strain on this box as the person inside it is trying to breathe but
Absolutely,
also not.
definitely. And since that hiding place can only hold one person, I'm going to make a separate roll for Minty to find a hiding place. So let's see what she gets. That's a
Oh,
14.
that's better.
That is. Oh, I was hoping to get this one. So Minty, she runs a little further ahead, and there are like some street vendors on the street, or it's probably like you know how like sometimes stores will have like an outdoor display to like show off some of their wares, like a table outside.
Mm-mm-mm.
So she comes across a like a lamp store, like for like lighting and stuff, and there is
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of very oddly shaped lamps in this one display, and she happens to like slip behind one, and it is perfectly shaped to her body. It
Extremely
is a conveniently
convenient
shaped
lamp.
lamp.
Mm. Beautiful.
All right, and let's roll. Let's see this one. It is stealth with advantage. It could feasibly hide two people, but since Fenry has his own spot, I'm just gonna do advantage for her.
And it's such a good spot. Nothing could go wrong.
All right, 22. All right, which means it is time to roll the perception check for the bad guys.
This rabbit is invisible.
Yeah, again, it's like perfectly shaped to her. It's got like two like little sticky uppy bits that hide her ears and everything.
Honestly, a bunny-shaped lampstand would be so cute.
That would be. Okay, so let's see. The gorilla has nothing. That's a 7. So miraculously, the gorilla doesn't spot Fenry. But let's see how the dolphin does. That is a 16. So unfortunately, he doesn't spot
Yeah,
Minty,
that
but
feels
he
right.
does spot the conspicuously stuffed box.
Like the box is probably slightly hovering off the ground. It's still flying.
I think the dolphin gives like kind of a flat look and kind of smacks the gorilla on the side of his arm and points at the box. And if Fenry's stuff in the box, he probably doesn't see them coming, right?
No, not a clue. Absolutely none. He thinks he's a genius.
All right, Fenry, you hear someone knocking on the box.
Hello? Who's that?
I can see you in there.
Oh, you can't.
Yes, I can get out of there. I think he'll kind of like smack the side of the box like with
See you. I can't see you, so you can't see me.
I think the dolphin kind of like sighs and like runs a flipper like down his face, just so exasperated. All right, how about this? I'll give you to the count of three to come out of there and tell us where your little rabbit friend is hiding, or my friend here is gonna smash you flat as a pancake. And
Oh,
let's see. I'm gonna see what spells Minty has to like cause a distraction. Uh,
Oh, it's fine. I got something.
ooh, even better.
I got something. Don't worry about it. So having established that there is like a window near us, what Fenry's gonna do is get out of the box, but by reappearing in different place. So like he tilts up the box enough so that he can see his destination, which is on the other side of this window. So he wants to get inside that building, and he's gonna
Ooh,
cast Misty
perfect.
Step.
Excellent. All right. So in that case, the box is just sitting there, and the dolphin's counting like 1, 2, 3, and the gorilla brings his big old fist like down on the box, smashes it completely flat, and the dolphin's
Yep.
gonna pick up the box to see what he assumes will be like a smashed flat pancake of this annoying dog they're chasing after, but there is nothing in there, and even like flips the box over to look inside to make sure he's not hiding inside there.
And inside the window, if they care to slowly turn their heads to see Henry's on the inside, so they're like,
I'm
voice
just imagining
slightly
him
muffled.
doing
Like,
like the duck hunt dog laugh.
yes, yes, exactly that. Beautiful.
Amazing.
The worst. So annoying. Anyway, the rabbit has lots of time to sneak away if this is
Oh yeah, she's
desired.
absolutely like sneaking away from there. And I think like the
She's
dolphin's just gonna
carrying
kind
the
of
lamp.
exactly. I think she probably leaves a couple gold on the table because like she didn't want to steal the lamp. That wouldn't be right. I think the dolphin just like kind of like looks at the dog laughing at him and just like throws his flippers up in the air, just like forget it. We have to find the rabbit. Come on, and they're gonna like run off and try and find her.
Oh, damn it. Now I've got to catch up. Yes. There's like various crashing sounds and shouts of protestation as like this dog runs around in probably a restaurant that it's just appeared in, like standing on someone's table.
He runs out. He's got
Trying
like a
to
plate of
find an
spaghetti on his
exit.
hand and his head.
Yeah, just eventually finds his way out of the back door with like a soup tureen on his head.
Yeah.
Uh, yep,
Okay, just for
that's
fun,
that's.
I'm gonna have him roll perception to see if he can find the conspicuously shaped lamp that has snuck away.
I mean, that's going to be really difficult because it's such a. It's like I can't. It's a perfect lamp. What's wrong with it? Like
Oh, of course, yeah, just perfectly normal lamp.
a
That's a 2, ladies
two.
and gentlemen. Oh my gosh.
It's in front of me, and I'm just like, well, there's a really crappy looking lamp out here in this garbage alleyway. I guess someone's throwing it
God.
out.
Minty just like cautiously pokes her head up from behind the lamp. Is like, Psst, Fenry, Fenry.
oh, okay, scare me.
Oh, God,
Yeah,
that was
actually, I think
awesome.
because of that too, like I conspicuously yelp because of the surprise of this rabbit appearing out of nowhere.
Oh man. I think in that case, Minty's just gonna like set the lamp aside, grab your paw, and like kind of make a run for it before those other guys hear you guys.
Oh, okay, we're running again.
And I'm gonna say that you guys
Inside.
Yeah, you probably find
So
like something.
inside Delta is just like, I hate running, I hate running, I hate running, I hate running.
But yeah, you run for a little bit. You manage to put a decent bit of distance between you and those guys, and you're pretty sure you lost them.
Mm.
You guys kind of stop to catch your breath again. You're just like, oh golly, this is more running than I expected to do today, huh?
You're telling me.
It's good exercise.
She kind of like leans against the wall and kind of sighs, like, oh, I'm sorry for dragging you into this.
Yeah.
That's fine. Why, why, why being chased? What thing could want cause chase so much? Excuse me.
You know, it's just like the real sort of bend over with the arms akimbo, sort of like, I am not as built for running as this dog implies.
Uh,
Have you tried running in a fursuit? No, don't
oh
try.
god, no, that would be terrible.
Like the feet are like he's starting to regret these boots now. Actually, he's very hot.
These are not running shoes.
No, these boots were not made for running.
Mm-mm. Uh, I think they might have figured out something, and I think I'm gonna have her. See, I think I'm gonna have her show it. Let me roll hammer space first.
Plot device.
That's a 3.
A 3. It's over a 1, so you get it.
Oh, she's good. Yeah, because actually I have a picture of this thing. Let me grab it.
Oh, the shiny thing.
It's very shiny. Yeah, she pulls
Mm.
out this little necklace that has an amulet on the end, and at the end of it, the amulet embedded into it is this very shiny, sparkly, sort of like rainbowy gem that, like, when the light hits it, it's like all like rainbow prisms and whatnot. And it is shaped like a
Mm-hmm.
little button.
Oh, shine.
Yeah, I made the mistake of trying to reach for it earlier, and I guess now they know I have it. But they might not know what exactly it is if they're trying to get it. It's
Hmm.
yeah.
What is it?
Well, it's an amulet, and I guess the easiest way to explain is it's pretty much my only way to get home. Like I said, I live pretty far away from here, so I have to use this to make a portal to get home. I was thinking of opening one to try and get away from those guys, but that's a bit of a risk, especially now. Like if they're looking for me, if I open a portal, they might. I don't know, and I think she'll kind of stuff it back in her hammer space.
Yeah, Delta was like, I really want to look at that thing. I really want to look at that thing. I'm also like rubbing my hands with glee because this like actually ties into so many other things. I kind of want to talk about
Ooh,
it, but I can't.
definitely.
Anyway, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Actually, I was gonna say, if you wanted to like roll an Arcana check before she put it away.
Ooh, yeah, let's roll a counter, baby. This guy has not much, but he has some. Okay,
Yeah.
+2.
Okay, the
Ooh,
15. That's pretty
15.
good. Right, so I believe portals are conjuration magic, if memory serves, right?
I think so, she said with absolutely no confidence.
Yeah, we'll just say
Probably.
I'm pretty sure
We'll
they
just say
are.
it
So,
is for now. Yeah.
oh, Abby
Oh,
says they are.
Obby says so. The Obby is law. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Abby. But yes, so yeah, you can see some very powerful conjuration magic ripping off this thing, and it
Mm.
definitely seems like pretty unique. Like, I mean, Delta, like he knows about gods and stuff. He's pretty knowledgeable about that sort of thing.
Mhm.
There's definitely like some kind of like celestial sort of influence on this. Like, it's definitely like a powerful artifact of some kind.
Mm. I mean, could I argue rolling religion?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because you do know about that. This like highly suspicious goose. Ah, that's shit. I'm rolling that again. That doesn't feel in character. I'm actually gonna use the excuse that this goose is a nerd about the occult. That's more
Ooh,
like it.
sweet.
That's the 23 I was hoping for.
Definitely. All right, let me think. So yeah, you definitely get the
And
sense between that, like, this is probably like some kind of artifact that like maybe was passed down. Like maybe she's a cleric and like, or has some kind of connection to like a god of some kind. And that's probably where she got it, and so that makes this a very like very powerful, very unique item. And
whoa.
And with the button kind of motif and like her sort of stuffed animal motif, you kind of feel like another sort of like niggling like memory kind of itching the back of your head. Like maybe I feel like
Definitely, more and
somebody
more.
told you about something like this. Can't remember the name exactly,
Cool.
but like it's some sort of god that's like associated with creation and like it's a creation deity but also like kind of a life deity. And so that's why they're kind of associated with, craft supplies like buttons and whatnot.
Mm. Okay. I think like because all of this has just sort of happened from seeing a glimpse of that, and also Delta is just fervently trying to figure this shit out before she disappears because she could do that. Apparently, it's got a portal ability. He's kind of forgotten to look spaced out and cheery, and he's just like, you kind of get a reflection of this. Whoa, that's a really important thing to do with a deity like expression, which is so not Fenry. Fenry would be like, oh, can I eat it? That's not this face. That's not what's so, I feel like he's not disguised his behavior in this particular moment. So if the bunny is happening
They
to
roll
look
an
at his
insight.
face, you could
They
roll
roll insight.
insight.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. Oh, that's all right. That's what your modifier is for insights. I always forget.
Mhm.
That is a 21. Like,
Yeah, you got all of that. All of that.
absolutely. I think with that high enough, like she can tell, like he's not interested because he's like, he's planning on doing something untoward. Like, he's secretly one of the bad guys trying to like get this amulet, right?
No, I don't think Delta wants it, but like he knows that's a big deal. Also, that may be a part of the reason why he doesn't want it, because Delta does not fuck with gods. Like you
Absolutely.
respect, man. Doesn't matter what your religion is, you respect.
Yeah, well, probably all the more reason that Minty kind of puts it away. Like, she's not suspicious of Delta because, like, she could get a good read on him that, like, he's not, like, trying to steal it or lied about who he
Yeah.
is or anything like
But you
that.
definitely, like, with the 21, you saw that the person that is wearing this dog is wearing this dog. This dog is not, like, the zero brain cells happy thing that bounced up to
She's
her
seen
in the
that in
alleyway.
the nose earlier. She started to
Like,
suspect that,
yeah, you
yeah.
definitely are sus of this thing.
Yeah, she's a little sus, but, like, on the other hand, like, he has been helping her out. And, like I said, Minty's always the type to kind of see the best in people. So she's suspicious, but,
Oh,
like, she's giving him the benefit of the doubt currently.
Mindy, you
Yeah.
shouldn't do that with this guy. Anyway,
Right.
after this poignant moment, which probably takes all of 2 seconds at the most,
Mhm.
Fenry says,
You need secret place.
Hmm. Yeah, a better hiding spot would be good, or maybe some way to, I don't know, disguise ourselves, maybe? I mean, then we could walk around and they wouldn't
Dodo
recognize.
Studios does have costumes.
Um, let me roll a
but
hammer space and like
basically,
see what she'll pull out. Let me do another hammer space roll.
yeah.
Oh, it's 9, pretty
Ooh.
good.
Mhm.
Let's see. She reaches in and let's see. I think she
The
pulls out a
king's
couple of
beard.
like different things. Like she pulls out like a very frilly princess dress. She
Oh,
pulls
pretty.
out like a pair of pajamas, like pink pajamas.
Aw.
And let's see. Yeah, I think just like kind of like
Although,
random like kind of the like clothes you would play dress up with for the most part. She
yeah,
might have like
I
little like
think the
pink like,
pajamas, the
yeah.
pajamas definitely again are like tickling the fact that this guy saw this rabbit in a dream a long time ago, so he's just like, this is weird now.
Mhm.
It was weird to begin with, now it's weirder.
Yeah. And let's see. I think what to say. What happened next? Okay, I think I know. He says, "Well, this is what I got. I don't know how good a job it would do of hiding me. I mean, that's what my cloak is for." She kind of gestures to the cloak. But those guys, I guess even with that, they caught me and they pulled my cloak down. So if we run into them again, they might try and do that to me again. So, uh,
Well, you need to build on the shape that you have. So it's not so much hiding you; it is making you hidden. This is
really hard to talk about. He's just like trying to be like how to give advice as this dog who's not good at giving advice. It's like, excuse me a moment. I've gotta find the right words for this character.
Oh, of course.
So okay, how about? And he's like casting around for stuff. Can I like roll perception to see if there's anything that he can use, in combination maybe with what she's thrown onto the ground?
Sure. Actually, I did have one thing. Like if you roll
Oh yeah.
perception of like if you want to like kind of peer out onto the street to see if you can find like a better hiding spot while you're doing this.
Well, not really.
12. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna say you see something, but like the problem is it's very far away. You see there is
Mm.
like all the way down the street, there is like a costume shop where you can feasibly
Oh,
go
well,
in.
that's very convenient. All right, fine. Uh, there was
It's
one other
hard.
thing that I was like going to suggest.
Okay, I have a very good thing for hiding people, but you have to be okay with it. Is that okay?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if it'll help me get past those guys, and plus, I mean, well, I love playing dress up normally, but it's not really as fun in this situation, I guess. But
Oh, no, 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 no. This is much better.
And Fenry claps his hands on your cheeks in a sort of like, you're an idiot sandwich pose, and casts polymorph. Casts polymorph on Minty. So what would you like to turn into?
yeah, I had a few ideas. One I had was like because she's got the big ears, like what if she turned into like a little elephant, like maybe like a pink elephant? Could be
Yeah.
fun.
Okay, that's like literally the most conspicuous thing in the world, but it's also not a rabbit, so fine. All right, yes, you are now a pink plush elephant, and the button eyes are like the same, so like it does have like a sort of harking to the pinkness of the heart on your front. It's the same
Oh
color
yeah,
pink,
kind of hides it.
and
So.
you have like little paw pads like on the underneath of your elephantine feet, which are the same minty green as your usual fur. So, for the animators, there's definitely like a clue that this is the same character, but you look totally, totally different. And Fenry's like,
Yes.
well, I suppose I can just take this off. And he just changes. He just like whips out the suitcase and changes into his usual. It's Delta. Well, I guess
Uh,
that was always going to
that
happen.
is that's very interesting. Yeah, Delta, as you're like, so I think Minty's looks like for a moment she's kind of like marveling at like her new appearance, like wow, that's amazing that you were able to do this. Yeah, the moment you like take the hood off and she sees like your face, like your beak, you probably like rub the makeup off your bill. I'm guessing, and like she can see your curly hair.
Yeah, it's like a 2-frame smear frame like change. It's like a quick change artist, but he's a toon. It's fine.
Yeah, so yeah, when you do that, you look back at Minty. She is staring at you with like these wide eyes, and she like kind of has like her paws up by her mouth, like in shock, like she's like gone silent, like staring at you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just that good looking. People just, fall over sometimes.
And she doesn't respond. She like, I think she just kind of like walks up to you and to like kind of get a better look at your face. She's like,
Oh, easy. Not don't no handsy, okay?
oh, sorry, it's you. Uh, you're here? I thought you were in. I mean, and now, oh no, and now you're. I thought I was ready
Okay,
for
okay. This maybe was a mistake. I didn't realize you were a fan. I don't really do autographs. And he's like backing away. He's like, oh no, it's another paparazzi situation. And like, because he's had a lot of that.
buddy.
He's had a lot of that since he like came back. And even before, like he was a playboy. He was the Bruce Wayne of Duck World. Very annoying as well. Like Bruce was like an act. Delta is like the whole thing.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I think like seeing your discomfort, like she kind of backs away, still very shocked and just kind of mumbling to herself, like, I can't believe. I mean, this is. And I think now would be like the perfect time for something to interrupt this little moment. You guys hear like a bit of a ruckus coming from like across the street. And you turn and look, and I've got this one. And you guys see, kind of like swinging down the street is this trio of blue monkeys, and so all of them look about the same as the last time Minty saw them. The only difference being that they are all wearing these red clown noses on their faces.
It's the Wickersham sisters. They're meaner than blisters. All round. Ah, these mean old monkeys.
Those
I'm really
mean
glad you kept
old
the art. I like drawing these guys.
It's so cute. You did such a good job with this one. But yeah, so yeah,
They
this
are
trio of
bastards.
monkeys kind of like moving like a swarm of monkeys. Like they're going down the street. They're like going all around. They're like popping their heads like into stores. They're like knocking over trash cans and fruit stands and stuff.
Mhm.
And they're going. They're calling out. Where is it? They're calling out. Where are you, little bonbon? Come out, wherever you are. We won't hurt you, promise. Yeah, we just want to play with you again. Cross our hearts. And Delta, you see this rabbit. She goes very pale, or well, elephant right now. Is very pale when she sees them. Is like, oh no, not those three.
Okay, so I'm guessing you're not that friend. But you're not a rabbit. You're not a rabbit right now, so they don't need to know that you're you. Like that was the whole point of doing that.
Right. Okay, I can do this. Okay, we just gotta sneak past them, and oh gosh. Okay, no, I can do this. And she kind of like pats her, like either side of her face with her paws, and then she kind of looks at you, Delta, like suddenly looking very determined. She says, "I'm gonna get you out of here, okay, Delta? We're gonna get out of here safely."
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, first name basis is a little cutesy, although I feel like we've met before, but let's cover that when we're not in jeopardy of monkeys, I guess. Are they wearing clown noses? That's not a good look.
Yeah, I guess they kind of ditched the pinstripes after the whole split happened.
Oh, oh, they're from, and now they're, oh, and yeah,
Yeah.
Delta is like suddenly much more nervous and is also like, how do you know about, okay, no, that's too many conversations that we can't have in an alleyway. Let's, like, take my arm and, like, offers your trunk. The crook of his arm is like, we're just minding our own business, staying in our own lane, and we're going somewhere. I do not know where,
Right,
but
right.
we're going.
Okay. And let's see. I think I'm gonna have both you guys roll deception. Uh
Sure thing. I've got a
yeah.
+8 in that. Let's be
And
deceptive. That's
normally I
terrible.
like to roll I would prefer to roll like disadvantage for Minty because like she's very bad at lying. But because of the
Mhm.
nice little disguise, she gets to roll normally. So thank you for that, Delta.
Mm.
Ooh, wow, that's a 20.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something to change that roll up a bit because I do have luck points.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've used one luck point. I've got 2 left. I can do that, or I can do favored by the gods. And let's add
Whichever one you use.
2d4. I'm gonna add 2d4. This is favored by the gods. I can use it once per long rest. If I fuck up, I can add this to it. So 2d4. A 6. All right, that takes me to 18. That's much better.
18, that's very good. So yeah,
Yeah.
they do not clock either of you as like the people they're supposed to be looking for. So good job on that.
Whew. I'm using
Uh,
all the things today. It's exciting.
yeah. However, they do see you guys walking down the street, and unfortunately these very nosy monkeys are gonna kind of like scamper up to you guys, and not so subtly kind of surround you. Hey there, excuse us. You happen to have seen someone we're looking for. There's this a cute little rabbit stuffy about yay high. You haven't seen her walking around, have you?
Not lately. Have you, Nelly?
And the elephant just like shakes her head. She's not saying anything. She's not very confident in like lying outright, but so she's keeping quiet.
Yeah, Delta pats her on the trunk understandingly and says, "You'll have to forgive my friend. She's awful shy."
Oh, well, that's fine. Well, anyway, if you see her, keep an eye out for her, cause she's a friend of ours. Poor dear, has a tendency to get very lost. And
Oh, the poor thing. Oh, yeah, no worries. We'll tell you.
yeah, no, she's awful helpless with directions. We've been trying to find her and take her back to our clubhouse. Yeah, yeah. Uh, uh, um, God, what else do they say? God, these awful
It's hard
monkeys.
playing more than one character.
It really is. Honestly, these two are just going on and on, like, oh yeah, she's our friend. Like, she's just absolutely like hopeless and like practically scared of her own shadow. So
Mhm,
we
mhm.
really need to find her so we can
Yeah,
like help
Delta's
her out.
doing Delta's doing the big smile, nodding, going like, while walking away, like trying to disengage. Like, is there a role I could make to disengage from awkward conversation? I wish that was a real thing.
Yeah, you're fine. I think like the monkeys will lose interest pretty quick. Like, all right, come on, guys.
Okay.
These two don't know anything. Let's go. And they'll all scamper away. And
Never have I been so glad to be assumed to be ignorant.
right, yeah. Meanwhile, I think you like a few like little kind of like steam puffs like coming off of Minty's head. Like she's keeping her mouth shut. Like she's like so mad at these monkeys. Like I think she's kind of like
Okay,
grumbling.
easy. Pink is your color, red not so much. Chill.
Sorry. I just I can't stand those three. They're the worst. They just go
Tell
around
me
like
more. I love a bit of tea.
I'll tell you. Come on, let's keep going. And yeah, you guys will like keep going along. And I think she'll kind of say like, those three, they were here when I first came here to Inkwell with a couple of my friends, and they put on that same act, acting all nice and friendly, like, oh, we just want to help you, but they tricked us, they lied to us, they tricked us into like hurting people and stealing and pranking someone, and then they took us to this big awful warehouse where they had more of their goon friends, and golly, I don't even want to think of what they would have done to us if we hadn't gotten out of there.
Yep, that sounds like your average day in the past 3 years in Toontown.
Mm. And I think she kind of like gives you a look at that. It's like, right, 3 years. I'm sorry about. No, never mind. I need to stay focused. It's uh, she'll kind of like keep going and oh,
Yeah, he's gonna let you have that pause for a bit, and he's like, "Why do you have to stay focused?"
well, right now, I mean, already trying to get myself out of danger, but now you're here. I can't let them hurt you either. I mean,
Yeah, but they didn't look interested in me. They didn't look interested in you as you are. The more nervous you are, the more likely they're gonna be interested in you.
I know. Sorry, it's uh, I'm not good at the sort of like sneaking around thing. I mean, I just I can't believe things turned out this way. I mean, uh, funny thing is, like when those guys cornered me, it was a sign that maybe I shouldn't have gone out today, and I guess I ended up finding you either way, so it didn't really matter in the end, huh?
Whoa. So you were looking for me. Is this a stalker situation? Because I've really not got the time for more of that. So how about I
No,
drop you off here and
no, it's not something like that. It's just uh, kind of like again puts the pause to her face, like just so frustrated, like I thought I had this whole thing prepared. I was gonna know what to say, but then now you're here now, and I'm not ready for this, and I don't know what I should tell you, or if I shouldn't, or if I should even be here, or
let me clarify this. I'm not interested. You're just not my type. No offense. I've got a thing for another person anyways. It would be awkward, but yeah,
oh
I'm not
God, buddy,
really looking for a relationship right now. He's totally misinterpreted everything you
buddy.
just said.
Yeah, I think at this point, like Mindy's getting so frustrated that she's starting to tear up a little. I'm so sorry, Delta.
No, I was like, and like that just makes it worse because he's like, oh no, don't take rejection so badly. Oh no, this always happens. Okay. Hey, look, that person's selling ice cream. Let me get you an ice cream, okay, honey?
Mm. She'll, I guess she'll nod. Just she's not saying anything now. She's just like so tongue tied. Not for
Oh,
the reason Delta thinks,
okay.
of course, but
No. He's like, I'm gonna get you some ice cream. You'll get over me really quickly. Honestly, most of the people who dated me did. So he's gonna go over, get y'all some ice cream. How much does an ice cream cost? Like
Probably
five,
like, I don't know, 1 or 2 copper maybe at most. Like, it's
two.
ice
Oh
cream.
my gosh, this is the best cheap ice cream in the world. I wish mine, like local ice cream, cost 2
Actually,
copper.
honestly, though, actually, because it's Delta, like, he's probably like the 100th customer of the day or something gets like 2 free ice creams because of
Oh
course
fuck! I can't even get rid of my money when I'm trying. Okay, yeah, we get free, 100th customer of the day ice creams, and they're really, really, really good. Like, what's your favorite flavor? It's that
Yeah. Probably strawberry, I think. So,
strawberry
yeah.
mint. Actually, yeah, he's gonna have mint flavored ice cream just for the irony.
It's fitting. All right, I think when
Mm,
she's like had a moment to calm down, and like have her ice cream, just kind of think on this for a moment, and she's gonna say, uh, Delta did, I mean, sorry, Delta Song, whatever you want me to call you. This is gonna
Delta's
sound
fine, really.
okay. This is gonna sound really, really weird if I'm wrong, if you don't remember, but you do I look familiar to you at all? Do you recognize me?
Well, not at the moment, but when you were looks around conspiratorially, when you were a rabbit. Yeah, kinda. I get this foggy, fuzzy feeling, like not romantic interest, not that, just not that kind of fuzzy
Uh,
feeling. I mean, like
oh,
I knew you at some point.
I think
I
she just
know
kind
a
of says
lot of
like,
people, but
"Oh, for Weaver's sake, I don't have a crush on you, Delta. I have a girlfriend for crying out loud."
oh, he looks slightly disappointed, and then relieved. He's like, "Oh, I know, that's great. Oh, I'm happy for you."
Right.
So,
No,
what was all the weirdness about them? If you
sorry,
weren't
I'm
that.
having trouble explaining this because I'm not sure how much I should tell you. I'm worried it might hurt you or you might react badly if I tell you the truth, but I also don't want to keep hiding it from you because, I mean, well, especially because, like, there was always a chance that we might run into each other, like, just even if I didn't seek you out. I mean, you used to work at the studio for a bit, right? And you know Angie, so it was only a matter of time.
You know Angie the engineer too? Who are you? Like, let's start with that because that's the thing that's really eluding me.
Yeah. I think I think at this point, let me roll another hammer space.
Hmm.
Oh, wow, 10.
Or
Uh, yeah, so she definitely gets it pretty quick. She pulls out the amulet
no
again.
shenanigans. We're doing the story.
She pulls out the amulet again and kind of like kind of plays with it in her paws, like sort of dingling back and forth, and she says, "This amulet, I told you that it takes me back to where I live and that it's really far away from here, right?"
Yeah, how far is far? Because that's something unusual. I know that much.
Like it's on another plane far, the astral plane.
Oh, so not like Delta Airways like we were doing. I couldn't have dropped you off. No.
No, it's I mean, like I could have used it to go back, but well, the way the portal works is that it pops it when I come back, it'll be in the same spot where I left, and if those guys staked out the area or something, or were still looking for me, or mm, especially because now you're here, I mean, I can't take you with me there, and I don't want to leave you behind either. If those guys are still looking for us, but okay, let me start from the beginning. Delta, did you when you were very young, did you used to have like during these really vivid dreams during a difficult time in your life?
Uh, I mean, do I roll history or do I just go with?
You can you can tell history if you want. I want to see how this turns out.
I feel like at this point, like he's been given enough clues, and
You probably have
we
advantage
do get.
roll, so
Oh yeah, okay. Let's do advantage. That
I think
feels
so, yeah.
fair. Yeah. Okay, 21's pretty damn good. I
Pretty
think I'll
good,
probably
yeah.
be okay with that, but I'll roll again just in case I crit.
I did that 20.
That's a 10. No, 21 is good.
Definitely 21,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. When given that provocation of vivid dreams, at a difficult time, because like the
usually
difficult time is what the block was. He couldn't really remember because it was at a time where he was very, very miserable. Like it was just after his parents had died, and it was not a good time to be baby goose. It was super not fun. And yeah, he ended up having this series of really vivid dreams, and it's all kind of foggy now. And eventually he was adopted by the professor, and things got better and the dream stopped. So, like, yeah, it's all kind of been suppressed, basically, until now. And
Yeah,
he's
and
sitting on like this sidewalk curb, I feel, next to this pink elephant, and looks into a pair of eyes that he has looked into before from the same vantage. So, like, he was this short compared to this rabbit at some point.
yeah, back then you probably would have been like, if not around her size, maybe even a little bit smaller.
Pretty sure smaller.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen Huey, Dewey, and Louie? I mean, Zooey, Gooey, and Fooey? They're tiny! This guy was small!
Very small.
Mm. So, yeah, a bit of a slack-jawed moment. Maybe the ice creams, like, the remaining amount of mint ice cream slops onto the floor because he's just like, holy shit, you're real.
Yeah, I think since he's so kind of gone quiet, she'll continue to kind of explain. She kind of takes a deep breath and says,
Yeah!
"The place I come from, it's a place called Blissland, and it exists on the astral plane, like I said, and it's sort of a dream world. It's a wonderful place, and kids come there like in their dreams. It's sort of an astral projection, and well, they'll come there if when they need us, and my job as a caretaker is to play with them and look after them and talk to them if they need to talk to, and if they're having any problems in the waking world, I do my best to help. And usually, usually I just kind of, I s- uh, usually I'll just like wait until I've kind of gained their trust and like gotten to know them before I ask what's wrong and let them tell me. But in some cases, there are special cases where something happens to a child that's so awful that it never should happen to them, and you can't really expect them to talk about it. So in cases like that, my deity, the creator of my world, the Great Weaver, will come to you in a dream and tell you, what happened to them, so that's easier to help them. And that's what happened to one day many years ago. I was told that the child would be coming soon, and they had lost both of their parents in a single day, and on their birthday none less, and that they blamed themselves for it, and that they would definitely need my help. And then the next day when I woke up, I went to the spot where the kids appear, and she's kind of like getting a little bit choked up at this point. And she says,
Mhm.
and I saw a very sad little gosling standing there, bewildered. And I took him aside and I explained how things work around here. And I told him that I'd be there for him for whatever he'd need. And well, you starting to remember now, Delta?
And there's this moment where Delta's fully dropped the ice cream at this point and has his face in his hands and does this like really big shaky sigh, and it's like, oh gosh, this guy is so emotional. And then he immediately shatters it by saying, I thought you wanted to date me and you're my old babysitter. This is so embarrassing.
At
Please,
that point, like that man,
please don't tell anybody I did
uh,
that. I'm just
she's now
going
kind of like
to.
giggling through the tears just in spite of herself.
It's just like, oh, you were my child therapist, and I thought you were hitting on me. You're some kind of immortal being, and I just like, oh, like it's like fully doubled over, like, oh no.
She's just full on laughing at this point, and she kind of like pats him on the side of the arm, like, "Oh, I'm. I would have been very flattered if the circumstances were a little different." So,
I want to say this is the most embarrassed I've ever been, and it's not even close. Is the worst part. Anyway, he extracts face from hands with the sort of, oh god.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I got it. So, I guess, first of all, thanks for that. I didn't even know you were doing that.
Well, that's kind of the point. See, the thing about Blissland is that the kids are only supposed to be there for as long as they need to be there. And they don't really remember everything when they wake up, just the important stuff that they need to. Otherwise, it just seems like a really vivid dream. As otherwise, well, we all kind of worry that if people knew it was real, then they might not want to leave. And they might not want to face the waking world, which they have to do eventually. And
Do
that's why
we? Looks at you like, do we have to? Can I go to Dreamland?
uh,
That sounds nice.
mm, well, this is why I was kind of afraid of telling you. I mean, I didn't know how you'd react. I mean, for all I knew, maybe you'd get angry about, like, forgetting about this or not telling. I don't know. I mean,
Oh man, anger takes so much effort. He just like sits back, looking tired. Like I've tried that. It's hard, and the last 3 years have been exhausting. And yeah, if you'd given me the option before this week, basically, of going away to Dreamland and never coming back, yeah, absolutely, I would have stolen that from underneath your cute bunny nose and run a country mile and probably have invoked the wrath of your deity. So, like, I'm not actually gonna do that. It's like talking to the sky right now. I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, as it turns out, the fates ordained that all of this should happen. And in some perverse ways, it has made me a better person. I think it has also made me a worse person, so it balances out. Anyway, I'm very happy this week. And I do not want to run away to Dreamland. I would like you to run away to Dreamland because if someone else worse than me gets that amulet, then it will be a shit show. Oh, I used up my one swear for the day. Well, anyway, sorry for saying that in the presence of my babysitter. That feels really, really weird, actually.
yeah. And I think she says, yeah, golly, Delta, and she kind of smirks a little, says, you should really watch your fucking language.
It's like, no! Yeah. He's silent pointing for like a good few seconds. Like, no, it's like hearing your favorite teacher from primary school swear. It's like, no way! Holy shit! Did anybody else hear that?
She's just like giggling up
Oh.
storm now. It's like, sorry, I couldn't resist. I think Angie's been a bit of a bad influence on me.
You know that guy? I'm amazed you're not swearing constantly, honestly. I think he broke the rules on using Grolic so bad that people just, like, whatever kind of censorship god there is out there, just gave up. It's impossible.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a mouth on him. In fact, it's all mouth.
Just,
But,
it's, that's the only thing he has on his face. There are no eyes, so might as
that
well
is
use
true.
it.
But yeah, he's a good friend. I'll definitely have to tell you that story once we're somewhere safer. Speaking of which, we might want to get moving again.
Yeah, you're telling me. I think I sat on some bubble gum. That is hell to get out of feathers. He hasn't. He's just making an excuse because he feels so awkward about this now. Like, this went from who the fuck is you to oh, the fuck is you. You is the fuck.
Yeah.
Ah! Okay, so let's get you someplace and get you out of this place. We really do gotta find you somewhere that's like covert.
Well,
I mean, I'm not actually able to think of anywhere good. Like, is there somewhere you have in
it's all
mind?
good. I mean, Minty has a plan. I think she mentioned earlier. Well,
Oh, okay, good.
gotten pretty close to the studio at this point. It shouldn't be too much farther now. If I can get there, then I think we both should be home free. And plus, I should probably tell everybody about that they're after my amulet now. I mean,
Sorry, I just saw something that Liz posted in the chat by mistake, and I'm choking.
oh god, was it?
Jeez. It's the
Oh my
perfect
god,
drawing
Liz!
of the expression. No, it's I never look at chat while I'm gaming, and this is why. Anyway,
back to the game.
Yes. Okay, yeah, like studio sounds good, especially if you know Engie. You call him Engie? Like he's the engineer. Just like where's the Engie come from? That's kind of cute.
Well, he said he's okay with it. That's again another long story. But I'm glad to tell you
Oh
once we're
boy.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, no long stories. We want the short story, and the short story is we're going to the studio. Okay, what's the quickest way to the studio? I
would say
can't
roll
remember
survival.
because I'm recovering from meeting someone who I met in a dream repeatedly when I was a child. Sorry about that.
Mhm.
Uh,
It's all right, and I'm glad I was able to tell you all that, and I'm really really glad to see you again, Delta.
I'm
Yep.
glad to be me again, but that's a long story. I can tell you about that later. He's gonna stick out his thumb and expect a taxi to appear. Does it work?
Um, let's roll survival.
Okay,
Let's see
survival.
what
Gee, I don't think
happens.
I've ever rolled that with this guy. That's
Yeah.
a big fat nothing. Let's try.
Yeah.
A 9.
I can slap a guidance on that one.
I mean, a 9 is not terrific. I'll roll luck. It feels like we're not gonna do
Might
too
as
much
well.
else, right? Might as well. 14. Eh.
I'd say with that roll, like you realize that yeah, you are pretty close. Like you could just it'd honestly probably be faster to like just run there instead of like waiting for a taxi.
Oh. Took me a long time to realize it's quicker to walk. I feel like yeah, he thumbs a taxi, it stops, and he's like, "Oh, actually, let's just cross this road. It's like right over there," and like walks over the front of the taxi, like just steps up onto the boot, like, "Sorry, it's okay, we got this." Guy in the taxi just like, "Every fucking day this happens to me, only in Toontown."
God, okay. So yeah, you guys can for a very short walk, you're able to see that like the gates of the studio, they're right there. I think as you're getting closer, you see like the little I think there's like a little like guard tower or something like inside, probably inside the gate or no, next to the gate at least. Yeah, I think it'd be on the outside because then it has to like open the gate up. And I don't know if
Yeah,
they have
they've
like
had to up their security.
absolutely.
They have a giant robot for security, by the way. That's like a
They
real
do,
thing.
yeah. Yeah, for the time being, I'm gonna say that Rowan's probably on like a lunch break or something. So you've got like one of the security
Yeah.
owls there. I don't know if
Oh
you have
yeah,
like a
sure.
name for them. I came up with the name of Stevie. I think would be a cute name.
Stevie, I love it. Stevie, he's a wonder. Yep, they've got Stevie on duty.
Absolutely. So I think as they're getting closer, Minty's gonna call out, "Stevie, open the gate! It's me!" And you see this little owl head pop up, looking like wide-eyed and terrified for some reason. And he says, and he just shouts like, "Can't! If I open the gate, then it'll get in." Well, let's get in. And as you guys approach the gate, this round little shape rolls up rolls up in front of you guys. Let me grab the art for this. Hang on, get this. Yeah, this like round little object kind of like rolls in front of you guys. Out pops a pair of like little feet, a mustache, and a very colorful bowler hat with like a little flower in it.
Egg! It's the egg! Oh god!
Like,
Oh no!
it's the egg, and
It's the egg.
yeah, he is just standing in between you and the gate, and he looks very cute, like on first look. And honestly, like
Mhm.
Delta probably has a moment where like he's like, "This guy, why is everyone afraid of it?"
Yeah.
But like he's also
Yeah.
right behind him, and we do like a dramatic zoom in, and there's this like menacing aura behind the little egg guy.
Bum, bum, bum.
Done.
Just ERA playing in the background.
Exactly. So for this, we are going to roll initiative.
Cool. Can I take a 5-minute break real quick?
Absolutely, now's the perfect time for a break.
Thank
So we've
you.
been going for a while.
Alright. Oh god, the egg! Ah! This is
Yay.
great because the egg is actually like a recurring character. I didn't know you were gonna bring him into this, but that's beautiful to me. Alright, I'll
Yeah.
be right back.
All
Yay.
right. Phew.
Let's go look at what chat is screaming about. I'm
Me.
screaming about the egg. The
Yeah.
egg! Ah!
I did want to check in with you on that actually, because I realized. So I don't know if this is going to be like this. The egg that was in like Ratman and Bobbin. Like, is this the same one? Okay, I have my own snap block for this one. If that's all right.
It's the same guy. No, you can use him.
Okay, perfect.
Please, please, please use the egg. He's a mute character, so don't worry about it.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's brilliant. I mean, yeah, I always wanted to bring this guy back because Kai made it so funny. But yeah, then we decided it was like a joke someone made in chat that, you know, instead of the penguin in the Batman, the animated thing, we just have the egg and makes terrible egg jokes all the time.
Amazing.
It's just like an egg with feet, and I was like, I already have that. So that's who this is now. The egg.
Yeah. I think way back when we called him like Eggsley or something like that.
Well, that's his proper name, you know. It's like
course,
Oswald Cobblepot is the
title.
penguin's real name, so this is Eggsley, otherwise known as the Egg.
The egg. He brings up a good point. He should totally at some point have like a walrus henchman.
Oh, you don't even know what I've got planned for this guy, but that's for another game in the
Ooh.
future when he's leveled up.
Oh, whoa.
Mm-hmm. You can do
Right.
whatever you want with this.
Amazing.
Also, sorry, I was just eating a sweetie, so that I've got enough brain sugar.
Yeah, take your time, Chief.
I think I'm gonna have to run away in like half an hour to help with dinner, so like if we can keep it to that or thereabouts, that would be really good.
Okay, yeah, I think
Sorry.
we can cut it down a bit if need be. 'Cause I'm not planning for this
Yeah,
combat.
sorry. I didn't know that was gonna
Liz, okay, Liz,
difficulties would have been
okay, I
fun.
love your art. I will note she said pecking. She would not drop an F-bomb.
She did say pecking. But it's still so I mean that's just like really funny because that's like the equivalent of what it is in Toonkind. What's your fucking
Oh,
language?
absolutely, yeah.
Alright. Okay, let's get on with these. Roll initiative, you said?
Yeah, roll initiative.
Rolling initiative. Ooh, I haven't done that for such a long time. 13. Unlucky for some, including me.
All right. That's a 16 for Minty, and let's see this guy. I believe he has advantage on
Watch
his
it be a natural 20.
saving maneuvers. No, looks like it's normal. Okay.
Drum roll for the egg.
Egg. Oh god, the egg is
22!
going first.
I'm gonna get totaled by the egg.
And it's
Stevie,
going to
help
be
us!
excruciatingly painful.
God.
Okay, let me write the turn order. And
Yeah.
okay. All right. So yeah, for this fight, so the egg is quite powerful and is going up against two squishy casters. So
Oh boy.
yeah, so your goal is not necessarily to defeat the egg, but to survive, basically.
Yup. Got you.
Yep.
Can do, King.
All right. And so the egg is going first, and he gets multi-attack. So he is going to be gunning straight for the rabbit because that is his quarry. That's what he's looking for. So he's going to do 2 attacks.
No!
Yeah.
Wait, she's an elephant right now. Does he even know?
Good. That's true. Yeah.
I
He does
mean,
have the-
I feel like you can dispel the polymorph if you really want to, because I don't know what that does to your stats, turning into an elephant. I didn't mean to change what you could do.
That is true. Yeah, I was
But I
pretty
think
more
that's
of
right.
like aesthetic sort of thing. But yeah, for the sake of this, let's say that like it took long enough that because they were eating ice cream and like talking for a while, so let's just say that like enough time passed that it wore off just for the sake of this.
Yeah, let's go with that. That's convenient. I love it.
All right. So yeah, so he is gunning for the rabbit, and he's going to make 2 attacks. Okay, that one definitely hits.
That's rude. That's a rude number to roll. 28 shouldn't be allowed.
Oh, God,
26
it's
shouldn't
okay.
be allowed. That's
Oh,
plus
buddy.
9?
Oof.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I made this guy very powerful, so
Okay,
unfortunately,
maybe
things
I
are
don't
covered
need to
in
level up
but
the egg.
it does have a shield, so
Okay,
yeah.
good.
So she has a little bit of defense. Unfortunately, this guy hits very hard. And let's see what that is. Okay, so that's d8s.
Thank God I'm a healer class. Like, what?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, well, he rolled terribly, so that's good at least. So that's a 14 damage on Minty. I think his
Only a
egg.
14. You rolled a 1 and a 3 and it's still a 14 because it's a plus 10?
Well, it's I lumped both attacks together, so
Oh,
it's like
okay. Right,
yeah,
right.
it's normally
Okay.
like a 1d8 plus 5, but I just like lumped them together to make it easier.
Okay, I'm gonna take your word for it because otherwise that would be scary. Ah.
Oh, absolutely. All right. So yeah, that is that attack, and yeah, and that's his turn. So we are going to move on to Minty. So she's going to shout, Stevie, call for help! And that is going to be setting a nice little ticking timer for like when help's gonna arrive. So I'm gonna say like I think 3 rounds. So once we get like through the third round, and then help will arrive. So either we
Yeah,
survive
fair
through
enough.
that, or we manage to like get to the gate, like get the gate open too.
Okay.
All right. So
It'll get in. Stevie's right. Don't let the egg in.
that is true. All right, so Minty's going to attempt to use hold person on this egg to paralyze him, so he needs to make a wisdom
Yeah,
save.
do it.
All right, unfortunately, his wisdom is
Put
not that
that
good.
egg in cu-
Oh god, that's a nat 20. Oh no.
Whoa!
Uh,
Yeah.
okay, so the flavor for the spell is that Minty summons like a big quilt to like wrap up the enemy in. I think the egg just like busts like through the quilt, tears it to shreds, and is just like
Oh
glaring
my
daggers at
God.
her.
I mean, I hate it, but I love it, but I hate it, but I love it. This is the best fight.
I know. The good news is that Minty, she does have she has a sidestep stash, and that allows her to use her bonus action to take the dodge action. So now any attacks on her will be taken at disadvantage.
Okay, good.
She would have disengaged and ran away, but she's not going to leave Delta's side because, like, what if this thing attacks him next? Like, she's not going to leave him behind.
Mhm.
And speaking of Delta, it is now his turn.
Okay, yeah. Delta is immediately like, oh shit. You know, like went from like 0% interest in fighting an egg to I need to survive, not just fight the egg. I need to not be here in the presence of this egg. So even though it's kind of like OP if this works, it is sort of like if big threat, he's just like I want you to go away, please, and casts banishment on
Oh my
this
goodness.
egg. He has
Okay.
he has only one fourth level spell slot left, so if this doesn't work, he can't do it again. So this is a fourth level abjuration. You have to make a charisma save of 16,
All right, charisma,
or
and
you
he's
get
a
yoked
+0
to
to that. So,
EBDB. I want to EBDB the egg.
oh god, that's a 19. Why is this egg rolling
God
so well?
damn! This egg
Yeah,
is so powerful. Like Delta summons the power of the goddess of luck, and this egg just like dispels it. And I'm like,
imagining like Lalu like just like floating down from the clouds, like ethereal, like about to banish this egg. The egg just like glares at her, and she's just like, "Nope," and just like walks away, just like floats right back up through the clouds.
okay. Like, gee whiz. All right. He's gonna run away. He's gonna run towards the gate and be like, I'm sorry. Bonus action? What's that? He's in panic mode now. Like that was the most powerful thing he could do, and he can't do it anymore.
Yeah,
No, we're not winning. Are you winning, kids? Avi asks. No, we're not.
you're having
We're
very
about to
bad time
die.
right now.
This is terrible. I
Oh
love it
goodness,
though. Yeah,
you're not
that's
having
his
a nice
move.
little time.
He runs as far away as possible and tries to get on the other side of this very big gate.
Let's see. I'm gonna say roll either athletics or acrobatics to try and like climb up the gate.
Yes, okay. They're both equally. No, no, they're
scratch that.
not.
You used this action
Acrobatics is
already.
slightly better.
I think this would probably cost another action, so I don't think he can do it this turn. Now that I think about it.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. No, no, he's just comedically rattling on the bars of the gate, saying, "Let me in, let me in."
Alrighty. So that brings us back to the top of the order. We're on round 2, and it is the egg's turn. And let's see what he's got. I think he's gonna do one melee attack on Minty, and then he's gonna do one ranged attack. He just he takes his hat off and he well, he doesn't have arms, so I think he just jolts his head and sends this hat spinning at you like freaking Odd Job.
Like genuine, like the most girly scream you have ever heard is emitted from this goose.
Amazing. Okay, so let's do this will be on Minty. That
Oh
will
my
definitely
God,
hit.
this egg.
He's rolling so well. I
What?
hate him.
This is so scary.
The egg for good rolls. And this will be on Delta. 16. Okay.
16 does not hit. Oh my God, my armor class is 15. Yeah, he gets me.
Oh no. Okay,
Oh
so
no.
oh boy. Okay, so that's D plus 5 for Minty's attack.
The egg massacre.
Alright, so Minty takes this and Delta. Okay, it's the
I
same
think
roll.
the egg was the one causing our technical difficulties early. It's like this motherfucker.
Yeah, this right. And oh, we both get an 8. So that's 8 damage
Yay.
plus. So yeah,
Yippee. All right.
it probably does have the blades on the brim like the Odd Job hat.
Oh, damn, that sucks. Like, oof. Yeah,
Ugh.
Delta isn't used to taking damage either, because Delta is used to being lucky enough to not get hit for some reason. So he's just like, oh, okay, this is real.
Meanwhile, Minty's getting bonked repeatedly, and I think instead of bruising, I think she has these purple patches that are showing up on her.
Oh.
Little felt patches. Yeah. Oh. But yeah, it is Minty's turn now, and I think I'm also gonna say Stevie probably gets an action on this turn. He's gonna hit the button to start opening the gate. It'll probably get to about halfway open, I think, 'cause it opens very slowly. So Delta
Yeah.
will be able to run inside on his turn.
Yeah, fair enough. But yes, before then, it is Minty's turn. Minty, please live.
Alright. Okay, what am I gonna have her do? Well, the hold person didn't work. Let's see. What do I do? I should have thought of this.
I mean, I would personally advocate Delta's maneuver of running away.
Right. Okay, I think she's gonna chance another hold person, and then she's gonna use her bonus action to disengage with her sash. So that's
It
another
sounds
whiz
good to
save
me.
of the egg.
Oh my God, I'm wearing the fucking sash. Thank you. I'd forgotten I had that on.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'ma use that. Yeah, for
Ooh, I think
sure.
that fails. Yeah, that definitely fails.
How
Right.
do you calculate? Oh, like that's hold person. Right. Okay, sorry. I thought you were
Hold person, yeah.
calculating how to disengage.
No, that's the egg rolling against hold person.
This egg is the most powerful being in Toontat. This is so fucked up. I love it.
Seriously, yeah. Yeah, but fortunately she's able to yeah, so she summons the quilt again, and this time it wraps around him. And he is paralyzed for this turn. It is paralysis, right?
Yay! Oh, that's great. I can actually do something
Paralyzed,
if
yeah.
that's true. Yes, good.
Yep. All right, now she's able to just disengage, and she's gonna run for the gate, and she's gonna run inside. And now we
Okay.
have our next turn.
Awesome.
All right, so yeah, so Delta, I'm assuming you're
Okay.
also running inside. Anything you want to cast or
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna fireball this little piece of shit. I'm absolutely gonna
Yeah.
cook the egg. The egg is going to be cooked. Unfortunately, I can only cast it at 3rd level. But it does the damage automatically because you can't dodge. The egg can't dodge, rather, because it's frozen. So, like, once we're both safely on the other side of the gate,
fail, I believe, yeah.
yeah, is an automatic failure. So you cannot make your dexterity save, and you take the full 8d6 fire damage of
Ooh, excellent.
exploderating. Okay. I just said it. I can't even remember what I've got to type in. 8d6. Sorry, I got very excited. Yeah, I'm trying to think what he would say. He's just like, "Do you like them sunny side up?"
Very
26
nice.
damage.
Excellent.
And meanwhile, he's like, okay, close the gate, close the gate. Let me in, let me in. Keep it out, keep it out.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna say so the gate's like partially open. I'm gonna say on Minty's turn, like Stevie will be able to like hit the button to like close the gate again. But for
Yeah,
now, it's
it's
the egg's turn, and we are coming upon round 3. If you survive this round, help will come, but you got to get through it first.
cool,
So,
cool. Actually, can I just say that as my bonus action, I'm gonna take the dodge action.
oh, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, and let's see. So yeah, so paralysis. So he has, I believe, he's making another wisdom save. Yes, and it's basically gonna waste his turn. So,
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. This thing's a monster.
oh, that is a
A
6.
6.
Oh man, now
Just
it's like half
falls
of his will
over.
is on fire. Like it is, like this egg is just like struggling to get out.
It's just this mental image of the egg like slowly tottering and then rolling on its side whilst burning, but all you can see is hatred in its eyes. Like it's like the fire didn't
Exactly.
affect it, it's just got a fiery aura that represents its hatred of us now.
All right, perfect. All right. I think at this point we can probably close out of initiative because at this point like Steve is able to hit the button, the gate can close again, and by the end of the round like the gate will be closed.
I
We're
mean,
gonna do
I'm
one more.
still gonna run inside the big building. I'm not stopping here. That thing can probably break it down.
Okay, so the
I
egg is
don't
still
trust.
even after that round, it's still stuck. I do
Good.
have kind of a funny idea though because now at this round would be when help comes, and I have this image of like they open the door to go into the studio, and this like flaming comet comes like barreling out the door. Do you think that's what would happen?
Oh, yeah, sure, we can bring him into it, why not? And yeah, as he's going past, like, he's just like threads the needle between Delta and Minty running inside. The engineer is coming out, and he's just like, lovely weather. And this
I'm
is
imagining
just a normal day.
now I'm imagining like he's like come streaking in, like jumps the fence and just like kicks the egg into the sunset.
Yes! Oh my god! Like, just yeah, it's staying still, and like somewhere, like from somewhere, there is some there's a radio in someone's window, and it's playing a football match, and it's like, and he's going for the kick, and it's like, where's the team for Toonkind?
Uh,
Ridiculous. Just the twing in the
amazing.
distance.
All
Oh
right,
my god.
nice.
Oh. That egg is so scary. I mean, I was gonna make it scary, but you already made it scary, so this is wonderful
Very much
news.
so, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man,
Okay. So we survived, right? We did?
we
It's not gonna
survived!
come
Yay!
back from the sun?
Nope, no,
Not
he is
this
gone,
round?
gone.
Good. Alright. Cool. Well, that is definitely sunny side up. Hey.
Absolutely. Guess you could say that fight
Okay.
was over easy.
Uh, terrible. I love it. Thank you. This was really, really fun. But yeah, do you want to close out with Minty going home or anything?
Yeah, honestly, like after that whole experience, does Delta want a hug? Because like,
Yeah,
because I think
sure. I think they're probably hugging each other on instinct, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. We nearly died because of an egg. An egg!
yeah, they nearly got scrambled themselves.
Uh,
But yeah, I think just to close on a sweeter note for these two, I think Delta, like you hug Minty like in fear at first off, but like as like the danger is now gone, like you remember like she's just like so very soft and warm and
mhm.
nice, and I think this probably like might like unbury like yet another memory of like this happening when he was much smaller, like her giving him a hug. It might have even been like like the last day he spent in Blissland, where
Mhm.
like because
like they were saying goodbye to each other, and it was after a very nice day because like the majority of the time he spent there, he was kind of too depressed to really like go around, explore, and play and all that. But on the last day, because life is getting a lot better for him, the waking world, and he actually like took the offer to like, hey, let's go around and have some fun today. And at the end of this wonderful day, like Minty gives him a goodbye hug, and he faded away as he wakes up. And of course, Minty was sad at the time. She always is when one of her kids has to go. But she had a feeling that, like, he was going to be okay. And
Oh.
of course, there were quite a few twists and turns in his life after that point, especially in the past 3 years. But it's Minty's just kind of happy that, like, she gets to see him again. And honestly, I think like I think they have a very long conversation after this whole little adventure, and I think Minty's definitely gonna like offer, like, hey, I'm the studio therapist here, so like if you ever want to come over and have a chat about like
Yeah,
3
there's
years.
just a full on, you're the what? We have one of those now? About damn time. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, if Delta like wants to have her as his therapist again, like he can absolutely come down to the studio and have sessions
Unfortunately,
if
I
you want to be
feel
honest.
like he doesn't want to admit that he needs it. So that might be a work in progress. But he's
That
like,
is true.
I'll stop by and visit sometimes. Just to say hi, though. Okay?
Of course, whatever you're comfortable with. And Minnie's not going to pressure him into it because it's his decision to make. But I think they both know
Mhm.
like he could probably benefit from it. But again, like he'll take it at his own pace.
Mhm.
And
And yeah, Delta's gonna give very much a sort of luck imbued hug, sort of like to try and keep this rabbit safe because holy
oh
shit, they nearly died to an egg. And she's got
yeah,
a
they have
really
not been
important
having a good
amulet
day.
thing. Yeesh.
Yeah. Speaking of which, though, as we kind of close out on this sort of wholesomeness, I think we talked about like doing a bit of a stinger at the end. I did want to ask, like, this motley little crew of not Hyukuza anymore, but I believe we ccame up with the name of Chuckleheads for them. This new little group. So, do you think this group would like? Do you think they would report it into their boss, like directly, like in person, or do you think they'd meet up with like one of the animatronics and like kind of basically like give the report via Skype call, for lack of a better term?
Yeah, let's do that. That's good. Yeah, so there's one of the Benji and the Benji's rabbits, and this rabbit's eye is acting as the camera, sort of like displaying a very disgruntled looking Jester with knitted fingers, like, so you didn't actually manage to get the amulet.
Yeah, and I think we have like the whole little crew is there. I think the Wickershams are probably the ones who speak. Like, well, turns out she's a bit more wily than we thought, and well, it's not a lot of fun. I mean, she had help. Yeah, that dog that showed up. Yeah, yeah. But we'll get her next time, boss. Yeah, we'll keep looking for her.
Well, it wouldn't be any fun if we succeeded first go. Besides, I've got some other things to play with first. And he brings out a stone that looks eerily similar in consistency, in color, and texture to the button. And it is this white, sort of opalescent stone, and it's the stone that some of you may remember was stolen by Clayface in the DMV game. That was a long time ago, but he's still
Ooh.
got it, and it's very
Oh,
much the same kind of material, and more on that later. So he closes his fingers around that stone, and then opens them, and it's disappeared in a cheap conjuring trick. So there's your little foreshadowing, but he's very interested in finding out more about this little bunny.
ooh. I think that's where we can end for today.
Yay! Thank you! This was really fun! The
Thank
fucking
you so
egg,
much for
though.
playing with
This was great! Yay! And I even got a little
me.
bit of plot progression. Free!
Yeah, we
I
did.
thank you. I didn't even expect that as a bonus, but it's really, really good. Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Mhm. Thank you so much. What a treat.
Hey, and thank you for playing with me. I'm
Oh,
glad we were able to do this.
me too. Despite the technical difficulties. Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
I'll get
Anyway,
edited out
hopefully.
later.
Yes, with the power of editing, it never happened. There were no
Hey.
problems. What are you talking about? It was all
All right. Well,
smooth
I'm gonna end
sailing.
the recording here. Yeah, but thank you to everybody listening live in the audience, and to
Oh,
everyone
thank
listening in the
you.
future. We wish you a very
Yay!
good time zone. Bye, everybody.
Yay! Happy time zone. Bye.
I have stopped recording.
Yay!
Woo!
Thank